fishy. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Fishtory. Feel like hell, Fishtory. No. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome, come on in. I know this is a bit of a pop. It's because I didn't feel good the other night. I just crashed. I mean, you probably saw it, a crash and burn. And I warned you at the beginning, like, I think I'm going to crash and burn. I've been through the ringer. Tonight, I'm feeling better. Feeling a lot better. Feeling optimistic. And, just one of those nights where I'm feeling better than the other night when I just fell apart mentally. I have some answers about my health that makes me feel a lot better. I was really down and just, like, really tired and fell apart by the time Benadryl hit me the other night. Tonight, we're on the opposite end of the spectrum. Had some double shot of a latte before I started, and I wanted to just pop up and make a little redo because I got a bit of news, a bit of holiday cheer to share with you, including, guys, before we get to any cats or anything important like that, or fish, I should say. We have a cat in her little cat bed. This is where the cat sleeps. This is where I sleep. So I have to sleep with my legs way up. So I put the legs way up, and I have a heating pad that's really a blanket. It's a grizzly bear heating pad. That's not a brand. That's just what I call it because it's big, like for a grizzly bear. And then we've got Sumi in her little bed because she's adorable. And we also have our festive mantle, our slightly special bats with they look like, I mean, they could have just used staples and it would have looked better, but instead they used, like, I don't know what the pine needles or something for their teeth, and they also set the eyes so that both are lazy. I don't know, very very odd, but yeah. So that's our stunt bat on the left. This is Grandpa, and actually that would be a very small head for a human. That would be like probably an 8-year-old. Anyways, and then we got a candle. This is my wife. This is her doing. We got the, all the festive stuff. Oh, look, this will be ready for Thanksgiving by the time she cleans it up. But yeah, more skeleton. My mom, the only thing she knows is when she met my wife, she was like, oh, she's a rocker girl, so she must like skeletons. So for the last 15 years, my mom buys my wife just skeleton crap, which I think's hilarious. Because my wife, it's not like she doesn't like skeletons, like, but I mean, now we really have like freaking skeletons everywhere, and my wife doesn't even buy them. Is that a PS3? Yeah, okay, don't judge. It's a PS3 and an original Xbox, or not an original, Xbox One or whatever it's called. Yeah, more of the, I don't even like Nightmare Before Christmas. I know, sacrilegious. If it were up to just my wife, she'd probably have some sugar skulls, and that'd be like it. Which, like, I mean, she's like bright and colorful, so it's just funny to me that my mom thinks that of her, and then my mom knows that I like foraging fungi, and so she also gives me everything that is related to these mushrooms, which is also funny because, sure, I like them, but she doesn't know that those are the kind that are, like, one, not the one that everybody picks around here if you were looking for a journey, and two, not the kind that you pick if you're looking for food either. They're just cool looking ones. Period. So there's that. So guys, yeah. Oh, ooh, here's another little skull we got when we were in Mexico. Probably, actually, we watched a little girl making this one, but a lot of these, I have a feeling, are just like made in China, even though they say Mexico. I have a feeling they're like made in China, and then they just paint them. Like they go to Michael's and they buy like a bunch of them or whatever. And oh, the kitty cat is awake. Hello, my dear. Yeah, this is how much the kitty cat, or my mom, thinks I like these things. She bought the cat. Come here. You've still got catnip in here. This one's brand new. I don't know who marketed this, but it is pretty cute. It's got a little thing. Anyways, that doesn't have anything to do with fish, but wanted to give you guys the holiday update. And also, I see that we have folks right here. Coro giving out memberships like it's 1989. I don't know what that means. 1989, they didn't even have YouTube. They didn't even have memberships to anything other than like the Elks Club in Kiwanis or whatever. So the Kwanzaa Club. Anyways, so here we are. Dave's Aquarium Thoughts. I see you with your super sticker. Thank you, buddy. Do appreciate it. Also, Prodigal Aquarius. Wow! Whatever your screen name is. Good Crusader. What happened to the Bad Crusader? Coro, always good to see you, buddy. Jalapeno, what up? Also, you play Oblivion on the PS3. You know, I play PS2 still. That's how old school I am. If my PS1 still worked, I would play that. I don't play any video games lately. Oh, you know the other funny thing? While I was showing the cat, I didn't even mention, yeah, we got 2 skeletons that are human size out in the yard, too. And yes, the neighborhood kids are getting to the age where they set them up now. I was so proud. You know, in years past, I was the one being juvenile, where I just set them up in a vicarious position, you know, like for fun, for a second, to take a picture. Well, now we're of the age, apparently, where the kids aren't trick-or-treating anymore, but they are setting up my yard ornaments like they're humping each other. And that's something. That's an accomplishment. I feel like that means that they're growing up. My surrogate neighborhood kids, right? Amy, hello. What do you call a mushroom that improves your mood? Morale support. Very nice. I like that, Coro. Thank you. Roy Baker, hello. Girl 88, hello. Carson Muffin, hello. Claire H, hello. JP, hello. As we go, I'll just keep showing them to you. There's another freaking skeleton. I mean, that's Holidays skeleton. I'll give you that. You know, before all of my mom giving like my wife all the skeleton stuff, I did have an entire art gallery of animal skulls. I did endangered species. This is the Corsican ram. From the Isle of Corsica, obviously. But they have those infamous curly horns that were then spread to domestic goats and ungulates. But yeah, we used to have more of my art up. Right now, we don't really have any of the skulls up. Right now, we've mostly just got my live animal artwork. This is the Okavonga Delta. This is the topography of one of the watering holes at the Okavonga Delta, where the picture that I referenced from a friend who photographs for National Geographic took the giraffe picture. I don't know, just a piece of trivia as we walk through the house. And then here is that Corsican ram up close. And then of all weirdness, my wife found this skull at a what do you call it? Like a trunk sale, rummage sale, whatever you want to call it. And the guy wanted $500 for it, and he was such a tweaker. I talked him down to $75. And it is a Corsican ram skull. I did have that for sure. It's not a domestic. It's an antique. So it's good that it's old, and that the paleontologist that I brought it to, a friend of my aunt's, actually was like, oh, it's actually probably 200 or 300 years old. This specimen's probably been hanging in a European house somewhere, or barn, or what? Probably not a barn, but probably indoors somewhere in a shed or storage somewhere, and then was probably brought to America and sold as like a knick-knack. But they're like, wow, you scored on that, because any new ones would be not okay, because that is like I think it's extinct on Corsica, endangered, in captivity, you know, like highly endangered. Anyways, what is my favorite boxers brand? Briefs. No, I don't know. Fruit of the Loom? I don't know. So there are Okavonga mud turtles available in the turtle scene. I didn't know that. Very interesting. Yeah, I am much more lively today, Fritz. Yeah, the other night, like I said, I wanted to redo this stream. Hello, Excalibur. Welcome. Matthew Clark, welcome. I wanted to redo the stream because I was so run down and out of it. I've had just a freaking hell of a year, month. I'm not gonna go into it again or woe is me stuff. Like I said, like I'll give you guys little updates as they happen, and if you guys care to watch along, you can follow. But I still don't have a treatment plan for the cancer. Right. Yes. Like the stream I did the other day, I was just exhausted. But I got my cast cut off. I went to the neurologist to talk to them about my brain fog. I'm gonna stop walking around for a sec. I know that's probably driving some people mad. But yeah, I've had this brain fog where I do fine for like 4 or 5 hours, and then I'll crash and I'll sleep for 3 or 4 hours. And right before that, for an hour or two, until I lay down, it is like I am wasted. And if I add anything like my Benadryl or any of my, if I took a muscle relaxer, I'm really out of it. But I know not to like stream if that's the case. And I don't take narcotics anymore because of all of my past. So. It really, really knocks me out though, since I haven't taken anything strong like that other than when I'm in the hospital, like checked into the hospital for a long time. So even just Benadryl really makes me loopy. So I apologize for even trying to stream the other day. But anyways, so I got like I said, don't have a cancer treatment plan, but I do have an oncologist now assigned to me, and they're kind of going over my insurance slash the charts of they now have a 6 month ago image where they saw part of a cyst, then they confirmed it was a tumor, then they confirmed it was has the traits of being cancerous out of the 5 traits of a kidney tumor or whatever. It has, the margins aren't clear, the density is non-uniform. It's all the bad descriptions, unfortunately. But other than that, it's one tumor, it's on a kidney, and hopefully, I'll beat it. Hopefully I won't have to do much chemo or radiation. Maybe they'll just take it out. I don't know exactly what the plan is, or if they can just cut it out or whatnot. They said that it's a little trickier than that, and I need to continue to do more talk to more docs about it. But anyways, fish stuff. And the other good news is I got new shoes. Let me flip this around, I guess. New shoes. Yeah, I'm gonna just drop you guys on the floor. Just drop right on the floor. Sorry, guys. It's probably loud. I got new, really, really dorky shoes. They're like a boot in a sandal form. They're like Jesus joggers that help my feet. And then I have Soft Cast, that is this system of 4 different layers of wraps that are supposed to help my weak bone slash skin from the autoimmune crap and from the infection crap. And I think for now, at least for a week or two, we are done with the cast that had me in the wheelchair. So I'm really happy to walk. I'm really weak. I'm not supposed to walk a ton, but they said get used to pacing and standing again to try to get those muscles back in shape. So I'm feeling positive about that stuff. If I can just, I don't need, cancer be damned, if I can put my freaking feet in the water and just put my face into a river and look left to right and down, I will be so happy, because I've not been in a freaking river with my fishies of the world, even just in Washington, forever. So yeah. In other news though, Live Aquaria, one of the biggest online retailers ever to be in the fish business, they're gone, guys. Like ghosts in the wind. No freaking idea what happened. I've not heard yet. Can't order anything from them. Can't call them even. I can't even call the people I know. I know 2 people who work there that I used to know from aquatic arts and stuff, and various connections through that way. They aren't answering my calls. So I have no idea what happened there, but it must be bad. I went online and I did a little bit of snooping, and I found that in was it freaking, oh, it was Maine, I believe. There is a company that is their parent company. I'm assuming they registered in Maine for tax reasons or something, or maybe the owner lived there at one point, whatever it may be. Uh, they are bankrupt, and that's as of September 22nd. Um, and it's very odd because, yes, Coro, very odd. Live Aquaria they got bought out or partnered with Petco, at least in some form, like some section or some distribution chunk of the company did, but now they're just gone. So I really want to know if any of you know what happened, if they're coming back in any form or in some newly organized form. I have my shirt on backwards. That's the kind of day it's been. I'm like in a good mood, but my shirt's on backwards. It's one of those days, right, where you're in a good mood, but like you got toilet paper stuck to your shoe. Hey, Big Tank Hank, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, brother. And also, Jeff, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. Oh, my betta is out. My betta is hanging out, y'all. Uh, so my betta is hanging out right here. Oh, I scared. Dang it. I do love that betta though. So, you know, we have these two tanks. These have been the tanks that I've really kept up with in any amount. And right now it doesn't look too kept up with, but that's because I trimmed a lot of this tank out. I'll show you that in a minute. But this tank for right now, look at it. I mean, I got all this valve from the other tank. Right now my snails are cleaning it. And because there was a little bit of diatom algae on here, so I threw some neurites in here, some of the little mini neurites and antler neurites. And they're clearing that off for me like nobody's business, cleaning off some of the stem plants. I just didn't want to toss them. Oh, look at that little baby. Can you guys see that? Where did it go? Now I lost track of it. There was a teeny tiny little baby fish. I'm sure it's just a brand new born like today guppy, because I don't think anything else is surviving the fish in this tank. Where did it go? Oh, are you guys seeing it? Am I looking right at it? Let's see. It was over here, right above this little filter thing. Oh, wait, here we go. There it is. New baby guppy right there. Doing its thing, coming into the world. Let's get a round of applause. Actually, it might be more than a day old, that one, now that I see it. There are others in here, though. Obviously, you guys have seen these ones before. All related to each other. Well, there's a dad, right? Where'd he go? Right here. This one's dad. And then the other one that's, the one that's dad right here has the red in its tail slightly. But then there's Gen 2 that looks pretty good, that one. And the other Gen 2 metallic snake skin. And then the original female was all blonde back here. The original mama has passed. Now we're on Gen 2. So we have her babies that were Gen 2. So they are still, though, they were still all, some of them were all blonde, which means they got DNA from a papa that was all blonde. So she must have mated with several males. She must have had some of her eggs fertilized by the male with the blonde DNA, because it needs double recessive genes to express that way. Actually, there's 4 genes that have to all be recessive to get a true, not albino, but blonde, 4-way cross guppy. And then the rainbow snake skins are like a total mess genetically as far as what they are. But they actually have quite a bit of wild patterning in them, which is cool because you can see their Endler patterning coming out in Gen 4 here, which we pointed out before. But when that comes out on the female side, it's really interesting because on the female side, we are getting also some that are just blonde with orange tails that are kind of neat, like that one there. So I might pull those aside, the blondes that just have orange instead of getting the whole color profile. So there's some blondes that just have orange and no blue or green yet. And so I kind of want to see if we can get those in another tank on their own. Also, the super white bristlenose plecos doing their thing, happy as little clams. Another one up here on my Lagonandra. There's another one back there. And then there's the one here and the one that just swam off over here. But they're doing their thing. Hopefully we got a couple females, a couple males. You know, we'll see. Was that a lemon, blue-eyed, bushy-nosed pleco? No, JP, it was a... these are all platinum blue eyes. They are snow whites, as they call them. So see... Some of them have the actual silver platinum eye, and some of them have the blue eye, actually. So they're not the same line. I got two at Aquarium Co-op they bought from my local club, a breeder. And then the other ones came from the same genetic, like, breeding stock, but, like, they were split up about 3 years ago, and another gal, Alyssa Bentley, who some of y'all might know, she had the other ones. I was afraid I had missed this. I appreciate your knowledge on several subjects. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you, James. Hope you're having a blessed day, brother. Good to see you. Check out this lemon Amano, guys, showing off for us today. So these are the ones that Aquatic Arts has. And here comes my ad. You guys didn't know an ad was coming, nor did I, but an ad's coming because both the Neorites right now are on sale and the lemons. They're one of the few places that has them, and I think they're only $8.99 for a Amano that stays like that yellow. I mean, this is a regular Amano right here. Like, just, you know, they're cool, but they're like a 2-inch long shrimp. They're just like a mean big shrimp. Then my Malawas, look at this. Some of my red Malawas, this was the red coal tank, right? You guys might remember that. Some of the reds are getting really red. The thing I've learned with the Malawas, though, is I can't ever promise that to anybody that I'm selling these to, because if you have hard water, the Malawa oftentimes turn stark white. First from like the shipping stress, and then from the harder water, I think. They have like more calcification or something that clouds their exoskeleton, and so they look different. Whereas if they're in very soft water, you can see kind of the nuances on Malawa shrimp, like this one here. See that white dotting? That's what gets really pronounced. That lets me know that my TDS is at like 250 in this tank. If it were at like 300, I would have all of my shrimp doing that. And I don't. I only have it happening slightly on some. And then the oldest shrimp shells get that more pronounced like this. So the young or recently molted shrimp like this one, this kind of pink one, not at all. It doesn't have that speckling. And some have so little of it you can barely see it. The truly clear ones, these are the natural color. They can change their color with their mood, these shrimp here, but they are kind of more choosy about like what colors they will turn, in that it's like a green, or like they might go to gray to dark gray. Like they're a little more conservative with the color thing than you'll see in the aquarium line, where sometimes they'll match some of your plants. Like if you threw blue gravel in your tank, some would try to match that gravel pretty hardcore. Like this guy's kind of gone with the brown red color, and that's, I would say, within the natural like range that they can pick. As are these grayer ones over here. Let me show you the one that's swimming back there. It hangs out back on these rocks and under the plants that are green. So these guys are staying more clear to gray, blue-gray. And then, you know, you can see the ones that venture around are kind of clear. Sometimes they're yellowish, orangish, with a little bit of pink on them. I'm sure we'll get one to come out in this stream soon that is fully red, because there are a couple in here. There's like maybe, I don't know. Yeah, here's one that's pretty red. But there's some that are in here that are like solid red, looking really good. Um, and then again, there's that lemon. So it only place I know of to get true lemon and red shrimp, use the code Fishtory15, all caps, no spaces, and you get 15% off even the sale prices. If you order $250, your shipping is free, anything over $250 orders, which definitely is a huge deal in my mind. Because I wouldn't order before anyways from any online site, really, not even like Dan's or anyone, unless I had around like $250, $300, whether that's all me or me and a couple friends, because I just didn't think it was like, I didn't feel it was worth all that money in shipping, the $60 or whatever it has gotten to overnight ship the way you really should ship any fish you care about on a, I mean, if you care about them on a level where you want them to succeed, live, survive, shrimp and fish. Some shrimp, some fish are okay a couple nights, but you never know about the post office. Even when you say one night, out here in Seattle, if that's coming from the middle of the country or the east of the country and in winter, forget about it. It might be 3 days, even if it says one night, which is crappy. But if you live in the middle of the country, you might be able to do 2 to 4 day shipping and get it in 1 day reliably. Roy Baker, hello. Also, Robert Baker, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate that immensely. I really do. That's very kind, and I do appreciate you. So then we got the normal Amano, nom 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 nom, eating next to the gold or lemon. I like the name lemon. So I've had these two lemon, like on 30 Rock, anybody? I've had these two Amanos for a while. I think they're both at least 2.5 years old, and this lemon's 1.5 or 2 years old, and I got it when it was a baby. So I actually just put in 5 more lemon Amanos in this tank, but they're very small. I got them from Aquatic Arts, and I know they're gonna grow into the like that beauty right there. But Aquatic Arts actually breeds those Amanos in captivity. There's a blue Amano back there. They actually breed them in captivity, which is great because it's been hard to find sustainably bred Amanos in the US. Germany has been doing it a while, Taiwan and China a while. Now the US is finally on board. There's one of the red Amanos back there hanging out. They'll come forward probably as the food trickles down. Also, the Lake Inlay Danios, which are beautiful little fish when they grow up, but here are some of the youngins now. I bought 8 of them at an auction on Skipper's channel, Skipper's Aquatics, and from Peplin Aquatics, which is Foxy's Fishes, or Roxanne, and Peplin Creek. And, I got those babies from Lake Inlay that they bred. I bought 8 of them. They sent me 10, and they're in their tank, super happy. They're in here with the Kythit Danio, which also swims through Lake Inlay, and the Gold Ring Danio, or Tin Winnie Danio, which is from that same region, as well as these guys, which are from the Thai border region, same water basin, the Rasbora hets, but not quite the same lake, literally. And then, who else is in here? I'm trying to remember. But anyways, the Kythits are all fully mature now. And there's 2 types of Kythit Danios. They're likely going to get split into 2 species, in case you haven't heard the news on that. But basically, the Kythits I have that never sit still, I mean, a lot of Danios never sit still, but these are probably the biggest peaceful Danio you will have. These get around 2 inches long, maybe 1.5 inches long. They're fully grown now. And they have dots with an orange stripe on their anal fin, and a purple hue and a brassy or golden body. But they have kind of this lavender hue with brass, if you can see that metallic hue. And they have full-on dots that are in a line, but they're actual dots. Well, there's also a Daniel Kythit that has stripes, and they're made up of dots and line segments. Some of them are as long as like 3 or 4 dots put together, but they're now going to call that a separate fish. And what it probably is it's probably a breakaway, both of these, from the zebra Daniel. Some ancient common relative probably split. But you can see the males with that beautiful red and orange anal fin, whereas the females don't have it. They've got the bigger belly like this gal here. And then the males have that nice orange. Here goes one with the orange. Hold still, man. They move just so much. We'll just stay here and wait for a male to go by. There goes a male. Look at that orange fin. It just glows under the light. And then the purple body. They're really cool up close. A lot of people don't. The whitefish with the pink, where are they? Whitefish with the pink. What are you talking? I'm trying to picture what you're talking about. And then these little tin Winnie Danios are like mini versions of the Kythit Danio, but they never get bigger than an inch. And the males, again, have a beautiful slight purple hue and like magenta hue. And the females have like a gold color, but the males have this like magenta color in their fin as they get older. There's a nice female. See if a male comes by and shows off for us. So the male has actually like pink on the bottom of his anal fin, and yeah, there goes a male right there. Hard to see in this light and on the live stream, but there's a couple males right there with that pink and purple in their fins. And then yeah, so this tank, I did a bunch of trimming so that we'd hopefully see some of the Babalti shrimp again too, because we've got Amano shrimp, the lemon Amano shrimp, we've got the Malawa shrimp in here, both the wild style and the more, I guess you'd call them red morphs. And then we have 3 zebra Babaltis, but in a 20-gallon tank, or whatever it is, 18.5, 16.5 gallon tank, I don't know if we're going to see that much of them. I've only seen them kind of sparingly in the week I've had them, to be frank. I think, striped shrimp, wild color pattern, I think they are pretty good at hiding, and I think they know that they're hidden, and so that's what they do. They hide. And they do so over here where it's nice and thick. I do like this tank a lot still. Still got a lot of oomph in the substrate. Still really held together. Big pellets. Not dusty or anything. Also, the Samulus paraflora, this stuff here, it's coming in really red because I've been blasting CO2 for about 4 days now. Blasting CO2 in here just because I like this display tank. I figure it's in the living room, and I want to see this purple night plant also. See this beautiful. Let's get some of the. This is part of why your viewing experience sucks, is because of all this duckweed we got to get out of the way. But see, when it's just in normal light or like medium light, it's like an auburn with some purple-ish to it. But when it is in good CO2, good substrate, a little bit of flow, man, it is a beautiful purple sword plant. Gotta love that. So I'm going to show you guys in the fish room in a moment. All the pencil fish are all out right now, which is cool because they kind of hide a lot of their life. Also, all the snow whites are they all together? I thought I saw one up on the Lagonandra a minute ago. I don't know. But also the Bloody Marys that are in this tank. I saw a few of them out being all bold. We see the pencil fish being bold. We see the endlers being bold. And we see the flame tetras as well as the... oh yeah, there's the last snow white right there up on the Lagonandra, hiding in it like it's a taco. And Oh, we also have the kitty, sorry, rather, reed tetras. So reed tetras, there were 15 in here. I've seen up to 12 at a time, and there are still 5 glass catfish in here. I don't know why. I guess I just picked the most antisocial fish I could have. All right. I honestly have a soft spot for species that hide a lot. It makes it exciting to see them. Uh, Excalibur, I agree. That is a really nice trait sometimes. Other times I'm like, no. White with little pink. What? Tetras. White with a little pink. I'm trying to think what tetra that would even be. White with a little bit of pink. I don't know what that would be. Are you talking? You're not talking about these, are you? Just the flame tetra that's colored down. Boy, I need to clean the glass. Sorry, guys. But yeah, again, there's those Snow Whites. I like them. Yeah, hi, fourth Snow White. And now my wife's home. The Skeletor. She's the one who... Because you collect skeletons, not because you're... Yeah, Beast Man. Or whatever he says. I don't know what Skeletor's catchphrase is. But I do know that my wife put tchotchke ornaments around the house so I can be a witch during a live stream, or I can film the kitty being a witch, kind of. Yeah, she's a witch now. From one of my videos. Well, from one of my videos, I've had videos for 9 years, Gabby. I don't know which videos you mean. I don't mean to be mean at all, but I don't know, like, for sure which video you're thinking of. It could be a lot of fish. So let me show you something that's going on here. So right now I am, as you know, very limited, what with the cancer and the leg and there's just a lot of freaking problems going on in life, right? So I've got a tank here. All these tanks need cleaning, but I wanted to give you a fish room update because I haven't been back here in a while, like with the live stream or with the streams, to show you guys, like, oh, my fish are alive, they're doing their thing. Like in here, we've got a wild betta depository. I don't know what the name of that should be, but there was a wild betta in here. There's also some of these little teeny tiny live bears, the least live bears. And other than that, it's bugs. It's bugs in there, bettas and bugs, right there. Broomsticks and bed bugs, I don't know. Anyways, so that's what's going on in there. Then we've got these little Luminatus that I got from Aquatic Arts growing out in this tank. Also, all of my rosy loaches are in here. My black line tetras are in there. Or black line, sorry, cichlids are in there. And what else is in there? The hovering loaches. Then we've got the Liberty Mollies. Hey, that female just had a baby, or just had babies. I can tell because her belly's like kind of sunken. The other ones all kind of have a rounder belly still, like this one here. But the female here has like a hollow belly. See that? That means she just had babies. But these are like the worst at eating their babies immediately. So are those Kohaku domestic mollies. This one has a humpback. Look at that. And so, you know, I had kept these and I thought, oh, I like these fish. I like the wild ones. I like the domestic ones. Let's see how it goes. Well, I have spawned, I've got also the minutia, or minutu, rice fish right here, the smallest species of rice fish. They don't really spawn very much for me. I do get 1 or 2, maybe a month, that seem to survive. But other than that, this tank, I've actually, this little fiver, I've just put the fry, you can see the orange, from the Kohaku, the orange and white Kohaku. Some of them have black tails, some of them don't. I don't know why, but they just seem to have different genetics. And then in here, exclamation point Rasboras. This was the hatchery right here for the Everglade eyes. And last night, I just cleared the last of them out. moved all the Everglade or sorry, not Everglade Gilbert. So the Gilbert um, uh, sunfish, they're in here. The Everglade are here. And then we've got the beautiful bettas in here. We can put the light on them a bit if we want. But look at that beautiful bettas. Look at that beautiful betta footage. Betta hendra hanging out right there. And then that's the overflow stagnant tank that I wanted to see if I could keep Daphnia and all my other stuff. Right here is all unplugged, unwired, as you've probably seen. I don't know if you guys saw the video where I had to completely unwire this light, like pull it apart, because of all the, because a betta fell into it sideways. And then I have all these tanks that I haven't used. They're brand new still. And so we've got this shelf that needs to change with the live food that I feed to the babies, or was, and to the Everglade. This cleared out the whole top. We need to patch up here. So I need to clear out next these. And I'm going to be bummed about that because that's some of my live food. That is my live food. And that's a bummer because in here we got the shrimp, the Daphnia, the infusoria, and then here we've got the isopods. And then in here, we've got a broken filter that I need to like fix tonight or tomorrow, something like that. What happened is the blade on the impeller broke about, I don't know, 2 days ago. Frustrating because it was making a terrible noise, and you can see exactly what the problem is here. The blade busted off. The other blade. So it used to spin. There might have even been 4 at one point. There's at least 2 though. So I might be able to steal an impeller from somewhere. Looks like there were at least 2. And then I still have the magnetic pin. And well, I had the pin, just dropped the pin. But I have the magnetic drum. Nothing in this tank, but it's cycled. And not running air through it or anything, not light on it. This tank is just all algae, but lots of baby. All we've got in here are my Amica, Xenodoa, however you say that, the Goodeids. I always mess up the name though. Anyways, so the Goodeids are in there. They're doing fine. They're having babies. And the last tank on the left, let's see, can I even get this to turn on without my remote anymore? I don't know. But then we have, yeah, I don't have the remote right handy, but right here, we've got my big old bettas, my eat your finger bettas, which is my betta compuncta malak, the female's there and the male's there. So, I only have, literally, these were baby bettas, gave them away to club members. They're gone. These were my live bearers, gave them away. Pygmy live bearers, a shrimp. There are still a ton of shrimp in here, Malawas. Thank you. Xenotoka dodoro, I still can't say it, chubby fish. Thank you. This is my completely algae filled, because this tank is sand, and I always used to clean it every day. Now, I was kind of curious out of, like, this is like, I neglected this tank, guys, really badly. And I didn't mean to, but it has rainbow fish, which I've always been told they need flowing, oxygenated water nonstop all the time, or they'll die that second. I've also been told that with the pistos that they need, like, dark black water, or they will die that second. Well, that week I went to the hospital, came back, algae was growing on the side. And look at this, hillstream species. Again, we've got 5 of these gobies in this 20 long. I mean, right now, it's only at half height, so it's like a 10-gallon long with surface area. And we've got a Madagascar in there. Granted, these fish are 3 or 4 years old, so, I mean, they've slowly transitioned through these changes, but we still have the pair of Apisto McMasteri red shoulders here. I'm not advocating that you keep your fish like this, but what I'm saying is, this has been a lesson while I've been feeling terrible, that, like, holy smokes, these fish are all fish that I was told, like, you can't leave those. You can't leave Pseudomagil luminatus. There's 6 of them in the back over there. You can't leave any of those things in a tank, like, with algae and still water at, like, 7.4 pH. But alas, here we are. And then the last tank, and it's really, I'm really kind of ashamed again of this tank too, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, is an algae fest. The native fish tank, they're all in there, the ones that survived the being mailed to me. They're all in here and fine. Blue killifish, various stuff. But every fish must have brought whatever this damn claudophora from Florida is. And right there's the little catfish. Everything is covered in it. Absolutely everything. I haven't even tried to fight it. But very interesting too, in that I don't have this tank running right now because I was going to steal the impeller out of that hang off the back filter, because it's the same model as this one actually. This is actually a 40-gallon hang off the back that I'm working on up here. But again, those ones are doing fine. After going to Mexico and seeing what these guys live in, I knew that these guys would be completely fine in just an algae covered, tank. And they're still having babies, doing their thing, whatever. Now, there are some fish that's definitely not true, There's definitely fish over here. Even like tetras. These tetras would not be happy at all over in that water, that's for sure. This rainbow fish here, Kalitawa, would not be happy. The Danios, the Negro Fasciato, they would definitely not be happy. Checkerboard cichlids not be happy, nor in the temperature over there. Bettas wouldn't be happy. These hovering loaches wouldn't be happy. But these hovering loaches have had babies in this tank for going on 5 years at this house, 2 years at the old house. Sawasser no flow. Don't know why. They're supposedly a hillstream species, but that and planaria, I literally turkey-based planaria out of the other tanks by hand into here, and that seems to be what those hovering loaches, at least my lineage of them, these guys, that's what they're eating, and that's like it. There's a baby one right there. So, I don't know. They're acting weird. There's baby luminatus over here. I could put them with the other luminatus, or put the other luminatus here. But again, so much of this room is just like storage and just junk. It's like it's all new. It's in the box, or it's wood, or it's a bag, or a scraper, or floss or some product. And I've just gotten over one, to be quite honest. So as I said, I think there's only 12 tanks with fish in here. And out of those, 4 I could tear down in the next day if I wanted to. So I really need to either get a friend over here to do a couple water changes and things, because I'm not allowed to carry more than like 2 or 3 pounds. And then, I am also, I got the offer to get a beautiful tank from ADA. And that also is, let me show you how warm that room is too. So if you wonder, oh, there's not a heater in some of those tanks, don't be misled. That room is like 80 degrees and humid. So don't think if your house is 60 degrees, you can keep all those fish without heaters and without filters. They all have a heater in that room, for Seattle, that is. But I must have missed a super chat. What? Oh, James, thank you, man. I appreciate that. My hair is crazy since my hat came off. I apologize, y'all. I look all crazy now. I look like a lion. That's pretty rare, Alex, saying you look like a lion. I don't know, more like a beat up cheetah. Beat up from the feet up cheetah. So anyways, that is the you need more water, bro. Yes, definitely need more water in there. Yes, there will definitely be a water top off like in the next day or two. But I wanted to show you guys. Oh, and I do have a python. The problem is I have to either fill up the bathtub and then attach a pump and then put dechlorinator and then run that hose all the way through the house, which that's fine. I do that from time to time, but it's only when like it's ready for like half the tanks to get a water change. Uh, and a lot of my tanks were set up as like bog tanks where they really don't need water changes. They only need water top ups. And I did that because it's been hard for me, especially when I had 32 tanks. Even when I was able bodied, I preferred to keep things like bettas, gouramis, batis, meteor minnows, stuff that was good, shrimp, stuff that's good at not having a filter so that I could keep more things, breed more things, and have more interesting things to look at and talk about. However, I fully realize now, like, that I am not equipped with my health lately to have 32 tanks. So I have scaled it back now, as you saw. There are 16 tanks total in the house, I believe, 12 with fish in them. And I think what we'll do is we're going to transition kind of to, we'll do one nice aquascape with that ADA slash AFA. What is my wife doing? What in the hell is happening? Are you a Hershey's Kiss?
No.
Are you a Tin Man?
This all up and down.
Are you a crayon?
Tin Man.
You're the Tin Man?
It's like the cheapest costume
I see a funnel. It looks like you might be a shark. You could just put like a piece of paper that's blue right there and say you're a shark. That's what I would do. I would just go with that. People say, hi, Laura. Chevy Fish says, hi, Laura. The cat is scared of you. Yeah, good job. Our cat, who's fearless, who eats spiders. Warrior princess. You're not scared of me. Come on. Who had a UTI, but then it wasn't a UTI. She was just constipated. I think I told you guys about that. Unfortunately, the cat, who supposedly was sick the other day. She said, oh, Alex, I'm so sick. I don't feel good, Daddy. I can't go pee at all. I'm going to go in the litter box, and I'm just going to move dirt, and then I'm going to cry. And I thought, oh, no, something's really wrong with Kitty. And then she goes bathroom. Huge number 2, second or third day of that, and we're waiting. It's a Sunday, and the emergency vet in Seattle wanted $3,200 to see the cat. $3,200 to take a blood test and a what's the other kind of a blood and a urine test, and to drain the urine and hold it overnight and medicate her with antibiotics if need be. So we waited till Monday because she seemed okay. She was still playing and purring in between things, and we go to the vet. No infection. The morning we go to the vet, she goes, the biggest poo I've ever seen come out of a cat. And, oh my gosh.
I have to wear this to work tomorrow.
You're like MC Hammer meets Michael Jackson meets a crayon.
It's the only one.
People are going to be, what the hell are you? I never saw that crappy sci-fi movie. You look like that drag queen that's a girl. What's her name?
This is the only one I could get here in time. It's like the worst.
Wow.
The worst one.
You should be MC Hammer is what you should be.
I hope he's fit.
A conehead? Yeah. What does she look? Yeah, she's our ventilation duct for our frickin' washer and dryer. That's what she is for Halloween. Anyways, guys, let's step outside for a sec. I'm gonna end the live stream outside because I'm hot. With Bruce Willis, yeah. 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 Too bad she's not doing Lilu or whatever her name is. Is her name Lilu? I think it is. The Fifth Element girl. Everybody does that like once in their life. Every girl, I feel like, tries to pull that off once in their life. Maybe they don't go out. Maybe they're like, I can't do it. But they get the orange wig and the orange suspenders and the Mila Jovovich circa 1997. It's like, sorry guys, that's a pretty high standard if you're trying to look like her. Anyways, trash can on wheels, grape rolled in chlorinated water until use. Yes. Ending, how dare you, I just got here. HB, I'm sorry. And I'm also drinking a Mr. Pibb extra, or Pibb extra. There's extra, not Dr. Pepper in it. That's all that means. Extra, not Dr. Pepper. Actually, I think the extra, and I like that it says it's a spiced soda. Actually, it says spicy cherry soda, herbal soda. I don't know about that. I would call it second rate. Sometimes I like Pib X. Um, it's powerful. I do have Dr. Pepper, Chevy. I do. Like, I'm not drinking it. I had to choose my battles, and they were out. Like, it was a buy two, get one pack, of a 12 pack. So I'm like stocking up for the apocalypse. So I got 3 12 packs of soda, so it'll last me like a month. But I bought the two Dr. Pepper 12 packs, and then I was like, you guys don't have any more Dr. Pepper. And they're like, no, we don't. And like, I look all over, I like going back because I don't trust them at Safeway. And then they had like a whole case of Pib Extra, like, or a whole display. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll go with Pib Extra, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, I could have gone with Doctor Better or Doctor Thunder. Yeah, one of those. Wallfire. Yeah, Doctor Thunder. Yeah, there you go. That is Chevy. That's the one. My favorite is peach soda. Only other ones I'll drink is root beer. Yeah, I like that. I like a sarsaparilla too. I do like milk. I love milk. Every morning I drink 12 ounces of whole milk. Don't care if it's fattening. I love milk. I grew up. My grandfather was a milkman after he got back from Normandy. Well, he was actually in Battle of the Bulge. He was in Berlin. He was in the military for a long time, but he was a drill sergeant. But he was drafted, went to Normandy Beach, Omaha Beach, and then was in this, like, literally the same battle and the second wave, same day, first day and everything. That Saving Private Ryan, the movie, is about. In fact, when they screened that movie in the 90s, Steven Spielberg sent a letter to everyone that was in my grandfather's unit that was still alive and asked them to come to a screening. And there were like several set up, and asked if they wanted like to share their input on like an advanced screening kind of thing. And my grandfather, like, literally, when I went over there and I was like, Grandpa, that's so cool. You know, I'm like 14 or whatever. He's like, why the F would I ever want to relive that godforsaken hellhole ever? He's like, I lost everybody that I cared about at that point in my life. Everyone. He's like, I died that day. And it was really like one of the most powerful like moments in my life was watching my grandfather, how mad he was. And he was like, and for that matter, don't wrap me in a flag when I die. Countries are good for nothing but killing them, each other as men, and getting young men to do dumb things that old men are too wise to, you know, like, he was on this like rant. And it really has shaped me as a person today. I don't know how we got on that side tangent, but you know, God bless my grandpa. Miss him. He was a ornery old cuss, but he earned it, I guess. So anyways, guys, I do need to get over to the water changes, and by that I just mean I need to hit up my neighbor and be like, hey, Sushi, come help me with water changes. I can't lift this stuff, and get the python out and all that. And yeah. So thanks for joining me. Sorry guys, we're a little bouncy. Anybody know about Live Aquaria? Like, seriously, what in the hell? That's one of the big industry online providers. I mean, I hate them, but Arizona Gardens, Imperial, 5D, these places, those are still open. Imperial, I love. 5D's fine. Seagrass obviously is the biggest. You can't buy direct from them. But Live Aquaria, that's the West Coast, or, you know, out west's biggest, probably online, and just gone in the night. So very, very odd. If anybody knows anything about that, hit me up, alexanderjwilliamson@gmail. And just a friendly reminder, if you're in the mood to restock your tanks, or maybe take some of my stock off my hands, because clearly I can't care for them all, I look forward to when I can, but like I really can't. Like already standing this long, my foot is starting to just kill me, and that's why I gotta stop this live stream. But I was gonna say I need to yeah, I need to get off the foot like ASAP. But if you guys want to get any new fish for the winter, especially all you who joined fish keeping hobby during the shutdown years 2020, 21, 22, you're ready to try leveling up maybe some caridina shrimp or, you know, maybe some breeding of some fish. My code is Fishtory15 at Aquatic Arts and Fishtory10 at Moonlight Aquatics. Those two I can get you good deals on. And now, Rare Shrimp, their auction site, Caridinas, and they have the true orange eyes, the orange demon eyes. You can use the code, I think it'll be Fishtory10, or you can email them and just say, hey, Alex, I heard about you from Fishtory, from Alex, and they'll give you 10% off their auction. But they do very high-end, very rare, like fancy tiger bees, purple metallic boas, you know, wild stuff like that. So, anyways, Mijard, I have not heard of the reverse respiration to clean aquarium plants. I mean, like, kind of. Is that just switching their, like, night and day sequence, or is that like running H2O2 or something, like hydrogen peroxide through them? I'm not sure. Put a pin in that. Next live stream, which hopefully that'll be tomorrow, guys. As long as I'm not like run down as all hell tomorrow, and I'm chipper and dipper, I will be ready. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the super chats. Thanks for being a friend. And Jesus Christ, superstar, who are you? What do they say you are? It's using seltzer to get rid of all the pests when you get plants. Oh, interesting. I haven't tried that one. I have tried soda, like caustic soda. I've also tried hydrogen peroxide in different amounts. I've tried bleach. I've tried ozone. But yeah, I'd appreciate that, Majard family. Thank you. Send it to my Alexander J. Williamson email. Alexander J. Williamson at Gmail, or my Facebook Messenger, or if you can leave a comment. I don't know if you can leave links, though. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Lurkers, thank you. I see you. I feel you. Also, super chatters, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I know the channel's been a little slow, but hopefully, I don't want to promise anything. Tomorrow or the next day, there will be a video coming out. It's going to be a nerdy one. It's on the inner ear of freshwater fish and how a new fossil has changed our idea on when fish entered fresh water again. So fish start in fresh water, then life comes onto land and fish in the sea and all that. And then life enters fresh water again. And we thought that was 150 million years ago. Turns out it might have been more like 60 million years ago, like dinosaur age, or 70 million years ago. That's a big, big change. That's like 150 million years ago versus 67 million or 68 million years ago. We're off by half, a factor of 2. That would be a big deal. So I have a video coming out on that. It's kind of nerdy. It may not be that exciting to some of you, but for you nerds, I think you'll like it. I always like that stuff. And then also Aquatic Arts is sending me their own yellow eye shrimp. So that's why tomorrow I'll probably be showing you something else if the order gets here. Sometimes it'll arrive on like Saturday morning. But yeah. Gabby, it's okay, I understand. If you can message me, Gabby, about the white and pink tetra you're talking about, or fish, let me know. Or if you can find a picture that's similar, or a video where I show it, do that, and I will do my best to help you out. Anyways, much love to all you guys. Thanks for joining me. That light was terrible. Sorry about that. And yes, I will see you guys soon, hopefully tomorrow, and in a video as well. Thank you guys. Thank you, super chatters, members. You keep the lights on. even when I'm turning tank lights off, I feel so weird with having all these extra lights and like grimy stuff that I need to like clean. But it's like it was 32 tanks that was running. Like a couple months ago, it was 24 tanks, and then it was and it's just going down, down, down. I think we'll rest at like 6 to 8 tanks that are all community tanks, and a couple little tanks that I don't count as tanks that are betta tanks, slash like some they don't need a filter, they don't need a heater other than the room. They can be in a 2.5 to 5 gallon kind of fish, elastomas. And then the rest will probably be in communities for a little while, at least until I get this cancer thing beat. So, or figured out like what they're gonna do. If it's just a surgery, then maybe I'll step it back up. But I have been feeling pretty crap, as you may have noticed from time to time over the last few months. But you guys aren't crap. You guys are awesome, and I love you. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.